All right, so here we're teaching the rook and king versus king checkmate ending. Okay. So this is the Simpson chess set. This is the black king. It's a purple Homer. This is the white king. This is the white rook, which is grandpa. And we're gonna start with the rook in its starting position. The king just next to the rook, and the other king in the middle in the same diagonal. Okay, so I mean, I'd be interested. So lately, I've become more interested in how to find the fastest way to checkmate in these situations. But here, I'm only going to go for a sort of a standard way to checkmate here. Okay, so I'm going to move first. I'm going to start with a check. No, that's illegal. Okay, good. Okay, and then what I'm trying to do is I'm going to keep this line. Okay, so the king can't pass this line that the rook is made. Okay, and I'm going to keep pushing that line until the king has no squares left, and that'll be a checkmate. Okay. All right. So you can't do this with a rook, obviously, because as soon as you check it, for example, if I go check here, the king could cross the line again. Okay. So I'm gonna need the king to do this, so I put the rook here, and I'm gonna do vertical lines now. Okay. All right. Okay, so I make these. I'm trying to make the lines to the left until. Well, you're kind of helping me here by moving the king closer to the edge of the board.
Oh.
Okay, you should try to keep it in the middle. Okay, and then my king is now coming over. Yep, coming over. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to put it. You don't want to put it directly in front of the king, because then the king will be moved away. You want to move it so that it has to move directly in front of the king. Okay, so no, you don't. You want to move here. Okay. Okay, so you don't want to just keep going to the edge, because that's what I want you to do, right? So you want to try to stay on this column as much as possible. Okay, but now if you move here, my king is stopping you from going along this column. So I don't need my rook to do that anymore. I just move my rook down with a check, and this will force you back.
I don't know where to go.
To the first column. Yeah, you have the first column to go. Okay. And so once again, I do the same thing. So if I move my king here, okay, that'll force the king to either go down or go directly in front of me. And then I do one more, and this will force the king. There's only one square the king can move. And then you can see I'm just doing the same thing, but now that there's no more columns, this is a checkmate. Okay.
Checkmate.
Yeah. Okay.
If I.
So actually, I'm interested maybe like how many moves. What's the smallest number of moves you can actually do this checkmate in with the king? Say like king on g2, rook on h1, and the black king on d5. Okay, that's it. Hopefully we'll get harder checkmates. This should be pretty easy, but even with like a rook and a bishop, obviously you can just ignore the bishop and do the rook, but we'd be interested in maybe how to make it as fast as possible. Okay.